Let's continue with the chapter 2. Yes, they are too quiet. Who were quiet? Them. As the lady in the city hall promised, I was invited for a talk, and I came to her office twice. The first time, it was only me and her. On the second time, a police officer was called to participate in the conversation. His presence was related to an attempt of making me to live under a law established in the country 28 years ago that does not allow parents to discipline their children physically. It was in front of them, seated behind a table, that I felt strongly the warfare. It was an invitation to say before God and men that what God established, registered in the Bible regarding this, should not be heard, because men found a better way to discipline children. In that moment, I felt as if God was asking me to return to Him everything good He has ever given me, for the sake of His name alone. The officer asked me to see the verses in the Bible that guided parents to use a physical method when necessary. The lady tried to divert his request, saying that the Bible was not relevant to a topic of our conversation, but he insisted on seeing them. Now you take a note of the texts. I gave it to them. The texts shown were Proverbs 23, chapter 23, verses 13 and 14, Proverbs chapter 13, verses 24, Hebrews 12, 11, chapter 12, verse 11, Proverbs 29, verse 15 to 17. In my opinion, he asked to see them because the word Bible has been introduced to his family as some authority. However, he could never put down a standard that paid his salary and brought to him a seat of respect among his people. Immediately he said, "Okay, but things have changed. And if you tell me that you no longer apply the slaps on his butt when you judge it to be necessary, you're free to go." For me, there was an evidence of the calling for a major war. He was offering to let me be out of their concern if I only said those words that he wanted to hear, and not necessarily to do as he said. That would have seemed easy for many to do, but not for me. God watches everything, and denial often occurs for lesser reasons, because men struggle on loving God. But for me, I could see the narrow and the wide path that Jesus mentioned. Some Christians disagree that that kind of denial could offend God. But how could he not be offended if his name is used for convenience of a festival, but his standards are ridiculed in every work office? His laws for men are replaced by men's laws, and consequently, his seat as the highest authority is transferred to men that he created. I was never good to apply physical methods of discipline to my children. They laughed often at me because they felt as if they controlled the situation many times. The few times I slapped my son's butt, I succeeded only once, And that once was what made him to try to do to a pedagogue in the kindergarten. He understood that was some kind of correction, and he tried to correct the pedagogue. The pedagogue used his statement to bring me problems, because they all know that children goes through physical correction by parents, but the parents often hides truth for the sake of the law in the country. She has never seen a mark, a sad face, or any physical or emotional evidence indicating real violence occurred against my children under my care. After that meeting, things started to be too quiet. No letters or phone calls or any other invitation came to me, and the children continued to be as they were always with me. I thought that was strange, because I expected an immediate action from their side, since I left clear that I cannot and I will never remove God's standards from my home to please no man. It never occurred to me to prepare my children to lie, with the benefit of protecting us from problems with authorities, because I understood that if I did such a thing, I would be twisting the truth about the real authority of God in their minds. They would suspect that I was abusing them or doing something wrong because I needed to hide or to lie about it. So my stand was to hide nothing that is true and good, and at the same time to show the results from it by exposing how happy and fine my children were. Almost 3 weeks have passed, and my only concerns were how to feed them better, how to plan for the next children's party. One in particular I invented called Summer Party and Winter Party, created to replace pagan festivals adopted in various nations, such as Christmas, parentheses I opened, Nimrod, odd in ancient worship, Halloween, festival initiated in Ireland by a tribe called Celts, birthday parties created to honor pagan pharaohs in Egypt with no other meaning by an idolatry of the person honored, Mother's Day, Father's Day, with origin of honoring Semiramis, the mother, and Baal, the father, another name for Nimrod. Saint Hans, Roman pagan devotion. Santa Lucia, given to Denmark and Switzerland from ancient Rome. All children needs a fun time with good food, presents, parentheses. They were given to all children guests, and no present was required from the guests to us. They had presents instead. Games to interact with other children, and these plans were the things in my mind at that time, plus the new school relocation where they would start after that summer. While my mind was busy with that, a group of people joined forces. The city hall, the police, the children's father, the kindergarten pedagogues, using false accusations, lies, and a way to ridicule the words of the Bible against me. They did it all in silence and planned to take the children permanently from me from the day 17th of June 2022. So maybe tonight I'll read for you the chapter 3, yes, and the title is She Hits Me 1,000 Times.